Hey, everybody. How you doing? Mike Welch, your friendly neighborhood Mike Newton. We are back here at this lovely high school parking lot. Once again, you see this green screen back there? There's gonna be flying monkey ninjas fighting in the back of there. The big action day.
Background and action.
Okay, so here we go. Jacob is coming in on his motorcycle, right? And he looks angry. He's got that, you know, werewolf hot flash thing going on. And Edward is there, and it looks like they're gonna fight. So I'm sitting here going, whoa, hold the phone. Are these two? That's so stupid.
The kids at school are kind of just to show a real contrast between the worlds that Bella is living in.
Hey. Just check it out.
There's a whole nother world that we have no idea about.
The humans and the Cullens have come together a little bit more. I think Bella has bridged that gap for us.
But with Jacob, I don't think we know too much about him.
I don't think it really discusses it in the books, but if I think about a motorcycle-riding, leather-clad Native American boy showing up to school, I imagine Jessica Stanley's interest would be pretty piqued. And I feel really weird saying that because I think of Taylor as a little brother, and I met him when he was 16.
We're throwing grapes into Taylor's mouth.
Right? Bring it back. Okay.
You're sure this is a good idea?
You know, at this point, Bella still thinks we have animosity towards her, and she realizes that we're actually just open and friendly.
Hey, look who's back! What up, Bella?
Cool, you too?
Yep. Finally made the pack.
I think those boys were cast really well because they're all different, and when you put them together, they just feed off of each other.
They're hyper, like, the whole entire time. So Julia's just sitting there, like, being like, do these guys ever stop? And I'm like, no, you have to find a zen place.
Yeah, I'm having a great time, and Vancouver's just an amazing city. Football in the background. I remember I got in the car one morning at like 4:30, and I was thinking on my way down to get in the car with the boys, I was like, this is gonna be great. It's so early, they're boys, they're gonna be like totally like not awake. There was like a party going on. By the time I got down there, they were screaming, playing music.
We do joke around a lot, and I am considered the jokester of the group.
All right, ready, guys? Here we go.
Bronson yesterday with the chicken was just killing me.
We all had to come out of the house just finishing a meal of eating chicken.
Maybe I should call Bella, say something, and then hang up.
And I figured, I don't want to be eating chicken the whole, 20 takes, so I'll just chew on a bone. Bronson was like, no, I'll take the real chicken, I'll just take the skin off and I'll eat it.
So now he's got to keep the chicken the whole entire time.
Good. One more.
By the 20th take, he's just getting a little green, And then we just keep going.
25 pieces of cold chicken.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. I got sick at the end of it. Like, it's pretty embarrassing stuff,
He's a trooper. I mean, he pulled through on that one, so. Chicken, yeah.
Alex somehow got chicken on his pec.
Kristen just kept laughing, and I didn't know what she was laughing at. And then, of course, she's like, you had chicken on you the whole time? And it's like, oh, and I'm trying to be Mr. Cool Guy.
Did I have it on there?
Paul's like cocky and arrogant, so. Yeah, I think it added to, a nice little element to it, I guess.
Lots of chicken jokes after that.
In Eclipse, we get to see just a little bit of what the Volturi's normal workday is like.
Today, we're shooting the scene where the Volturi are looking down on Riley and the newborns, wreaking havoc and kind of figuring out what they're going to do to stop the situation.
Problems with newborns are that they have this insatiable thirst for blood, coupled with the fact that they are very, very strong.
And they're starting to do things that are making humans take notice, and so it's just something that we can't allow.
They've already drawn too much attention.
So is our inaction. Others may begin to question the Volturi's effectiveness.
Nothing.
We know that Arrow is being watched. We know that his decisions are being watched. He has left Jane in charge.
And I think with my character and Dimitri, we really just want to get rid of it and then get back home. We don't really want to be here.
But she doesn't really care about anyone else, and we'll do whatever to get her way.
Jane wants to observe them and see what they can do. And I've just got fed up with her, and I'm basically tell her off.
Maybe we should consult with Aro.
Next thing you know, I'm not feeling so good.
Just by looking at you, she causes you pain. That seems pretty excruciating.
As I'm crippled and bent over with pain and stuck in the stunt harness, bent backwards. So I learned my lesson pretty quickly there.
Aro's decisions are being watched. We must decide.
It's the first time you start to see cracks in their facade of benevolence.
Either we let them do what they were created for, or we end them. Decisions.
I would definitely say the most challenging situation was a scene of 3 pages of dialogue where I am carrying Kristen. We had this beautiful rig set up. She was gonna be in this little like dolly thing and I was just gonna push her.
I literally went and got my rear end molded to make this day easier on Taylor. And every single time we got in it, it just didn't look as real as when he did it.
Just doesn't have the natural bounce and rhythm and swing that you would have if you were carrying somebody.
I'm like walking so fast.
Bring her back.
Come back to ones, guys.
They're like, Taylor, can you just carry Kristen for the day? And I'm like, can't be that hard. She's 110 pounds.
Yeah. Okay.
Just a few shots.
But it wasn't just for one shot. It was for every shot.
When we start going, we do the master, the wide shot. We do the 2-shot. We do Bella's singles. We do Jacob's singles. And we're shooting this scene all day.
It's a good, like, 4-page scene.
You know, take 1 and 2. You're like, this is awesome, this is easy. By the end of the day, my arms are just like shaking so bad. It was a fun day.
I swear he couldn't even sign his name the next day. His arms were just like,
It's 4 o'clock in the morning. We're at some sort of abandoned shipyard, and we just introduced Bree into the film.
What did you do to me? It's where she's first waking up from being turned into a vampire, and it just completely freaks her out because she doesn't understand any of it, and she doesn't know why her throat is burning so much, and she's pretty confused.
Jodelle is so adorable. I have all boys, and she is just, it's driving me crazy. She's so cute. I just want to adopt her. It's like, oh, I want to braid your hair.
She's been in a ton of movies already at the age of like 15. I don't even know how old she is, but she's shockingly good for Bree, which is one of Stephanie's favorite characters.
Even though she's on the bad side, she doesn't really want to be bad, but she's sort of forced to be, and she doesn't understand it. She's a victim.
It's hard to know that you've cast this adorable person and she's going to get killed. This is just not nice. Poor Jodelle.
She's a wonderful young actress. We've managed to have some fun hanging out on set, you know, emerging from the water on the path to destruction.
Yeah, he's really nice. He's really cool, and he's a really good actor.
Just about to get wet. Actually, I'm gonna do that again. That was ridiculous. Riley's walking into the water. I'm hooked up to some sort of wire here. Yeah, just so I don't drown.
I was thinking, oh my gosh, a lake in September in Vancouver, this is gonna be cold. I had a wetsuit and everything on. It's kind of funny because wetsuits are supposed to make it so that you barely get wet at all. But because I have regular clothes on over top, they have to cut the collar. And so it kind of defeats the purpose. I mean, it helps, but I had to dunk before every take to make sure that I looked like I had just come out of the water. So all the water went all inside my wetsuit, and I'm like, I'm still wet.
But it was okay. It was better than not having a wetsuit on, so it wasn't that bad.
Going into that night, I thought, well, this is probably going to be like an easier night. There's nothing too heavy. We're sitting around a fire and we're going to be listening to a story.
But it took a turn for the worst at a certain time, I think 12 or something like that. It just started pouring rain.
Raindrops the size of great big Californian cockroaches, huge, great big things are coming down. And rain makes the noise of sizzling sausages. If you record rain and you record sizzling sausages, they sound the same. So it's just sizzling sausages everywhere, but we have to shoot.
And action.
Shapeshifters who could transform into the powerful wolf.
Gil Birmingham is giving the performance of his career. It's wonderful, and it sounds like sizzling sausages. Oh, God, so... Not much we can do about that. We're going to have to probably come back and do what we call additional dialogue recording, ADR. We also refer to it as absolutely diabolically rubbish because we hate doing it. So you can tell it's not starting well. Okay, and it's cold. And then there's a bear somewhere. There's a bear bound by catering. Oh, let's go and see the... No, don't go and see the bear. Okay, all right, so everybody sit still, the bear will go away, everything's fine. All right, we carry on shooting. And a big bulge is appearing in this big, huge tarpaulin, and we've got keeping everybody dry.
And the rain would just like seep in and capture all the rain.
And everybody had to go back and huddle up and hide out while they like emptied the tarp up over our heads so it didn't like...
What time is it?
It's 3 in the morning.
We've been here for like 10 hours.
Yeah, at least 10 hours.
I think now, looking back on it, it was a bonding experience.
In the end, yeah, we had a good time that night. I mean, David was really good about keeping us relaxed and keeping the cast together on that one.
You would never know. It was shot in the most horrific conditions.